Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Boys Podcast, hosted by me, Frags, Centrility, Brecky, King Icy, and XND. Uh, yeah, not really sure what to do now
Yeah, no,
because this is
let's
the
let's
first
get started
episode.
on something.
Let's all say hi. How about that?
Yeah, sure. So we have some topics that we're gonna go over in the podcast. Hopefully, maybe.
I'm gonna decide.
Let's. So
Hmm.
Okay, so let's
I've
go ahead. Take it away,
Bro,
I,
Frags.
can we just can we talk about AKs first?
Please.
Of
Yikes.
course.
I it's the first thing I'm gonna say is like, hey, can we talk
we're not.
about AKs?
Look, just because you does not mean we can talk about AKs. Let's talk about like the current state of the game, I guess. Like current metas.
So I mean, like, obviously everyone enjoys using AKs. That's kind of like the quote-unquote crutch weapon.
Yeah, dude. Cause like,
I mean, there's
say
it's
the see, there's a problem with it. Like, I'm starting to get over like, yeah, no, it headshots and it one shots, and like there's some kind of situations where that's stupid, but it's like, don't you think they could like maybe fix the like it feels too easy to hit a headshot, you know? Like it feels like you can just kind of
for me it's the
spray and maybe
exact
hit something.
opposite.
What, it's too difficult?
For me it's like the exact opposite though.
Well, no, not really,
Yeah,
because
it's like
sometimes your
like I'll
shots wouldn't
shoot
really
them in the
hit.
head, but then it'll count as a neck,
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that's
and
They
the
need
true.
to
neck
fix
counts as like a body shot.
hitboxes. That's got to
They need to
be
fix
Yeah,
like
hit
something they're
registration
working on.
overall.
Yes. Oh my gosh, hit registration, dude. Talk about
Should add like They should add like a lag thing so that way I stop getting like Russians with 200 ping in my freaking
Bro, no, they
servers.
need to add like border limitations or something, like so people from like Asia can't like play unless invited by somebody who's from the US or like I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. But
'Cause
like
like
as of current metas, there are only a couple guns that are really used, at least in like the pro scene.
it's just like the
There's the
AWM
AK,
and the AKR
it's
usually
the
like
AWM, the AK, the P350, the USP, and the Deagle, and maybe the UMP.
bro, rarely the USB. The UMP though, like
The
if we
UMP is
go through a whole match, right? We'll
only like a
watch
decoy
somebody
weapon.
either A okay, so one team obviously wins the first round, right? Whether it be CT or T. And then they either go on to A buy AKs or B buy UMPs or anything else in between that, whatever cost. Cause like the UMP is such a
Yeah,
like
so
reliable gun. Like it's a viable gun in almost all situations. Like if somebody's up close, you can get them. If they're long away, then you just control your spray or your recoil and you just kill them. It's
problem
like
with the
I
UMP
can
is like two things. It's the damage drop off. Like no other gun in the game has that bad of a damage drop off.
I don't
It's an
even really think
entire
it's
mag
drop
to kill
off. It's
someone at
like
long range.
I can like there is a possibility to just like tap them from long range. It's not really drop off. It's a matter of how easy it is to hit the shots at long range. I think that's the issue that most people find with it.
My biggest problem with the UMP, like personally, is the fact that you can run and gun with it.
I
The run and
mean,
gun with the UMP and the
technically,
MP7,
you can
it's
technically
it's so
run with
stupid.
like almost every gun,
Well,
right?
you know what I mean. Like you
Yeah, I
can
know.
run and gun with
It's like
every gun, but like
it's much easier to do it with
accurate while you're
SMGs.
running.
Yes. It's
It's
like
kind of
it's so
stupid.
much more accurate.
Like
And it feels like it's got higher
like the
mobility
P90
because like
kind
the
of has blue.
recoil, dude, the recoil is just like it makes it feel so
It's
smooth when you're
non-existent.
running as well. Exactly.
The MP7
See,
is a little bit better because the recoil's just like
yeah,
for
but
SMG.
like it's still doable.
so
Yeah,
we're
So
talking about the current
about
state of the game,
AK though.
right?
Wait, what?
We're talking about the current state of the game, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
can we just take a moment to talk about how the calm scene is non-existent in NA?
Yeah, no, it like even when it does exist, it's toxic. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
most
Am I the
people
only one
just
who's noticed that like it's not even like it's tier threes and tier ones. That is
yes,
my
dude.
thing. It's the tier ones and the tier threes. Tier ones do it because they're like, oh, I've proved myself. I don't want to
Yeah, no,
prove
it's like
myself
we're
to
the
anyone else.
best. I
Screw
don't
them.
care. I don't.
And
Yeah,
then the tier
exactly.
threes are like these
We're
have
the
the same
worst. Screw
mindset,
everybody
except it's the
else.
opposite.
Yeah,
No,
no.
except it's the opposite. They're like, we're almost the best. Screw you guys. they try hard in
They
every
all think they're
match.
the best, but like they gotta.
I've noticed that in like tier 2 players, it's almost non-existent. Tier 2s, they aren't very toxic.
No.
It's the tier 1s and tier 3s
The
that I have
tier
the problem
twos, they're
with.
like in the middle, and they're honestly like quite happy with their position. They're like, hey, you know what? We're not too good. We're not too bad. It's all right though. Like,
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
that's
And
why
then
they're not
at
also
the end
like
of
the
the
toxic.
tier
day,
4 and tier 5 players who are like not as good and they're kind of like casually playing.
Yeah.
Let's just say they're bots.
I mean, like the tier threes and the tier fives. At the end of the day, their entire goal is just to have fun. If they, I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like these
really.
like
Tier
I feel like these
tier 5 and
one
4 are
players.
kind of like their end of the day is having fun. Tier
Yeah, I
3
know.
is like try hard, be the best. Tier 2
Except
is like,
they're
hey,
working on it.
we're pretty good.
Here's like the
Tier
tier
2,
list. If there's a tier list, like tier 4 and tier 5 is like the most like, chill, the most casual. Tier 4 I'd say is like where they start trying, except they're still there to have fun. Tier 3
it's
is where
like
they
try
really
hard but
start.
casual.
Yeah, no, like that's tier 4. Tier 3 is where they really start to get like, they're trying to put their team together, man. Like they're trying to work on chemistry, strats, aim, junk like that.
And,
Tier 2
and
is
it's
where it
almost
gets
like they're working
serious.
too hard on it.
Yeah. Well, no, not even really that. Some of them are though. But tier 2,
Tier
that's
2
where
is
it
where it
gets
gets
legit.
it gets
That's where it gets
serious, but it also gets like it gets calmed down because most of the players are kind of used to it from tier
Yeah,
3
no,
level
they're
experience.
used to doing everything. So they know what to do. Like they've been through the routine, So then there's like the tier 1. The tier 1 is basically the exact same as the tier 2, but they've mastered everything there is to master. Well, not
And
I could
because
say
of
that,
that, they
but
think that they're the best in the game
yeah,
and
so they start
treat
being
all other
toxic to
players like
everyone else.
trash.
Yeah, exactly, because they're like, we're good, you're not. Screw off. That's it. Like that's what it is.
And can we real quick just pour one out for all the trash skins in this game?
Well, they're almost not. They like there's good ones, but then there's also bad ones, right?
Our
There's
Tiger,
bro. Have you no? Can we just talk about the new
P90.
US? Can we just talk about the new USP skin that got leaked? Oh
Bruh.
Oh
my
yeah, that one
gosh,
looks really good.
it is so clean, dude. I'm gonna get that,
Facts, yo. It's fire though.
dude.
All of the skins that they kind of leaked in the skin show off
They're
was
so
they
good.
were all pretty good.
They're so good.
Although
Yeah.
although
About
I
that.
think they were like kind of straying from what they normally because they like doing themed skins. They've done mainly animals themed skins or like off of
Yeah.
something. So like you had the cyberpunk, which is supposed to look kind of futuristic, and then the winged, which has like wings and stuff. It's supposed to
Mm-hmm.
resemble like an angel.
Yeah.
Skins that
They
they were leaking looked like they looked like almost they had no theme. They looked like
yeah.
the forward assault skins, like the lava
This
skin.
there's no there's it's just
Message behind it.
rock and red. It's just rock and red. That's what it is. It's like it's just like it's not really a cult. Like it doesn't feel like it doesn't make you feel like it's what the skin should be named for. Like take
Yeah.
so if you go to standoff, right, and you look at the forest spirit or something, right? Like there's a dragon on it, and it's very clear that it's a dragon, and it's green, and it's got all the forest colors. So you're like, yeah,
Or like the
that does look like
P350
a forest
skull.
spirit. Yeah, it is a skull. It's quite literally a skull. Like
Like
there's so
Looks
many
the
very
skins
skins
that they
that
cool.
were leaking,
yeah,
they had almost no them for me.
like
I looked
well,
at them and I was like, wow, this one looks like the freaking volcanic skin from FA, or this one looks like the
yeah.
Asimov skin. Very
See,
Asimov.
uninteresting.
that's where they might get some mess ups, but let's be honest, like the skins still look good. Like even if the titles are off, they still look good. Some of them though are
Yeah.
just meh. Like hold on,
Uh,
I'd say I don't know, dude. It depends on people's tastes on what skin. Like some people could
Yeah.
like say the SM1014 Pathfinder, like the lowest tier original skin, or is it? I don't remember. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now does
No, it
Aftermath have
isn't.
an
It's the
official
Faucet.
YouTube
The
channel?
Faucet is. I don't know, but like the Pathfinder, the rare one from the origin case. Some people like that because like they like the wooden feel. Like the old the
It's like a
polished
mix of a
feel,
wooden and bronzed. Yeah.
wooden and polished. It feels polished, dude. That's what some people like. But others are just all out, and they like the stuff like the original AK skin that, or like the AKR Tiger that like feel have this like rust kind
They
of
like
feel.
very cuboid like.
Exactly. That's what some skins are. That's what some aren't. Some of them are just. Some people like colorful as well. Like all the arcane, like most of the arcane skins, like the universe or like the floral for the J Commando. Bro, like those skins are just. They're all over the place with their colors, and some people like that. Some people don't. You know.
So do you
I
guys
think the
want to talk
universe.
about?
You can go.
Do you guys want to go ahead and talk about the current update going on?
Bro,
Dude.
dude, I think the one thing everybody's overlooking is the spectator feature. Everyone's all hyped about like, oh my gosh, dude, there's ranked, there's like new guns, there's Zone 9's coming back. But
I
like,
know for like you guys, for like the actual players of the game, that it's kind of like, oh, cool spectating. But like
yeah,
for me and J2, who
bro,
were both
it's the content
analysts for the
creators, like
teams,
the analysts, the content
players and
creators,
the
the people,
analysts,
dude, like
the people who run the show behind the scenes, they're the
exactly,
ones who are
dude.
going to profit from it.
They're like,
Me personally, the spectating mode is literally going to save us games.
I mean, like
it's
just
like
not
because
just not
Be
the
able
we
to
can,
spectating.
spectate my players and help
yeah,
them
dude.
is going to be
We
insane.
we can we can go into the match and rewatch what happened, go play by play, and see where we can do better as a team. Like, say
It's insane.
we didn't like help each other somewhere. Like, say one person was watching something and then they didn't tell them and then they left. So another player thought they were still watching it, but instead somebody got flanked, like came through the flank and killed them because they didn't know they weren't watching. That's something we can fix. Like, we can learn, hey, we need to call out stuff more often, Like, we need to start helping each other instead of like playing on our own.
Yeah,
But
and I
then
really
there's
feel
Yeah,
like the
and
new
that's going to be
update's gonna
insane
be
for
a
high level
Wait.
blossoming
plays.
point.
What?
It's gonna be like a blossoming point
Was that
for
Brecky?
the next update that's coming. You
Yeah,
guys hear me?
like, dude, yeah, no, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like, yeah, I
honest,
agree. Like,
I'm
dude, this
So
update is gonna bring
I'm
so
gonna do a
much to the
quick.
table. Oh, okay. No, 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 dude, this update is gonna bring so
I'm
much to
gonna
the table
go
that
through like a.
it's like you can
it's
go.
like a next
It's
gen
insane.
standoff. It's a next gen
Yeah.
standoff. It's like the point where standoff finally takes off and
Yeah,
everything
no,
that we
like
all
where
wanted.
it gets a scene, like where it gets exposure, it gets clout, dude. All its
Yeah.
players get clout. Dude,
Like
the
just off the top of my head, I know that they're adding ranked, they're adding clans, they're adding Zone 9 back, they're adding the 5-7, they're adding a ton of stuff.
spectator feature, dude. Another thing about the spectator
Honestly,
feature,
yo,
dude, people are
Trading.
gonna be able to make montages, dude. The montages that are gonna be made out of this game now, like
Yeah.
people
The
are gonna
montages are
go
gonna be
into
insane.
they're gonna go into ranked matches, they're gonna go into tourney matches, rewatch them, right? And then they're gonna make montages out of it. They're gonna make clips, highlights that people are gonna find and they're gonna watch. They're gonna be like, wow, this is really well
don't
made. This actually looks like a fun game. Maybe I'll play it.
I don't know if any of you like are into like the CS:GO scene
I
and
am
like
a little
professional
bit.
montages like that.
Yeah.
But like there's this montage maker called Superstidham, and
Yeah.
he's really good because he's able to make jokes in his videos, but he's also able to take these clips
And turn
and
them
use them
into
in
like
ways that
highlight
a lot of
reels.
other and it's really fun to watch. Like one of them is it's about Shroud. It's called The Shrimp Criminal. One of my favorite videos on YouTube because he's able to take certain parts of certain clips and then fuse them with others and make even better clips than just the standard ones that he already had.
Yeah.
And it's
Like
insane.
it's editing. Like once people get their hands on like the ability, like once they get their hands on the material, like the source material, they go crazy with it. And when the content
It's
creators go crazy with the stuff, it blows up. Like it's all over the place. People start watching these montages and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck? This is good."
my
Especially
one
for a
thing
mobile
about
game.
like
Oh yeah,
my
dude.
one about like Axel Bolt and like I want them I want this update, but I want
Dude.
two things. I
Yeah.
want more updates, which I know is hard to accomplish, but like still. 3 to 4 updates a year.
Updates, so like updates more often. Like,
And then also they need to actually respond to like the community.
yeah, no, because
Because I've
they
noticed
don't
that they
ever
really
seem
don't.
to reach out. I mean,
I feel
they're
like
rushed.
they're
They're
overwhelmed.
Russian.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no, that's
I
probably
think that
like it's
that's
7
I think
developers
that's one
for
thing
a
that
like
Blaze Games.
it's a player base of over like what is it like
Something
over half a
million.
million players, and it's
I
only
think
7 developers.
I think
Like
that's one.
they're getting so much
Yeah,
from the
it's one.
community that it's like it's hard to put everything in to get what the people want out.
Yeah,
That's
Axel, if you ever find this, I cannot stress this enough. Hire more staff. We need
dude,
more
we
updates.
need more staff for like
Please hire more staff.
because like
You get
if they get more staff, like the dude, if the okay, so here's the
the
thing.
amount of money Easy Trade has put into this game, we should have more than 7 staff members.
Yeah, no, we should have way more. Oh no, here's another thing. See, if we get the quality updates that we get from these developers being only 7, imagine how much more we'd be getting these quality updates if we had like I don't know 20 developers, 30 developers. Like
And I think that's one thing that I think Axel Bolt should take from Blaze Games, the creators of Forward Assault. They're
Yeah.
super ingrained into the community. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
they
no.
literally host tournaments like on like a monthly basis. Like I think
That's what
right
like,
now they're
that's what
doing the Art of War tournament.
yeah, that's
And
what
Rise, my team was in it. We got knocked out by Gangstars, who's currently the best team in the world. But that's not the
yikes,
point.
dude. But yeah, no,
I
they
mean-
like they need to get themselves like into the community so that like they can start
You know, so Axel Bolt, you
Yeah.
know, maybe follow suit on some of the things that Blaze Games are doing.
I mean, like they're trying though because they did have that Nitro giveaway. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
definitely trying. I can give them that, but is it enough? That's
Like,
the question.
it's
It's
I
it's
mean,
nice.
they're doing as much as they can for 7.
But
I
I-
mean, like it's nice to see them there. Like
instead of
we
putting the
know
money
they
into Nitro,
exist.
instead of putting the money into Nitro, I would have rather have had them developers. Because
Yeah.
think about it, they're
Developers.
50 things of Nitro Classic. That's like kind of easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not $5,000, but at least $1,000.
Which is like and it's a crazy amount. Like imagine that,
Oh.
but they put it into like more people to develop the game.
Yeah,
Bro,
I mean,
but
and I
like
don't know
here's
how
the
many
thing.
pools that is, but like seriously,
Yeah,
we'll get
no,
a
but
steady flow of cash as well because I mean, like,
Yeah.
think of how many people buy crates and stuff like
bro,
that.
no, when the next update comes out, dude, all the cash they're gonna get from all the people who want the skins in the next
all I'm saying
case.
is by the end of 2019, if I don't see more than 10 developers, I'm probably gonna quit Standoff too.
Yeah, that's probably gonna like
There aren't any more
there's
than
got to
10.
be more updates. But here's the thing. Even for how many developers there are, the things they're doing, at least we know they exist. Like we know they're trying, but there's got to be more. The attempt is there, but there's got to be bigger attempts, right?
Yeah, I didn't really think they expected for their game to blow up even, so that's why
Yeah,
they're so
no,
understaffed.
they're like,
I mean-
oh, it's a mobile game. It's probably not going to go somewhere. Like 2 years later, it's all over the place. Like there's people all over who love this game.
Yeah,
For
like
me,
Gecko Soldier on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
The guy with
for
over
me,
1 million
like-
subs plays Standoff.
Yeah, I know.
I have a feeling like, you know, Axel Bolt we're sitting in their office one day and they were like, okay, we need to make a game.
What do we want to make?
They're like, okay, so we have
Let's
Standoff
like-
1.
Let's make a
It's pretty
CS
okay game.
ripoff. I don't know.
So here's the idea, guys. Why don't we make a CS ripoff, kind of like COPS, but not really?
I feel like I feel like
Hmm.
it has its own taste on it though. I mean, like it's not directly a CS:GO ripoff. It has
No,
its own special
it
taste.
has its own thing. Like
It's like CS, but with a spin.
Yeah.
exactly. It twists on its like it's got the basic concept of there's a T and there's a CT. The T have the bomb. If they plant it, the CT have to defuse it. Everything else though is up to their decision. They can add whatever guns, whatever maps, whatever skins, whatever they want. The basic
Yeah.
concept.
And on the subject of guns,
There's
with
gotta
only
be
one
more, like-
shotgun. One
like-
shotgun, 2 snipers.
So many assault rifles.
CS:GO has
Barely,
like 3
even.
snipers, I think they have like 10 shotguns or
It's
something.
it's 3 shotguns, 3 snipers,
There isn't 3
5 or
snipers.
6 SMGs, and
CS?
yes.
No, there aren't 3 shotguns. There are way more than 3. There's the
Oh,
Mag 7, there's the XM, there's the what's that one pump? I forgot. There are a ton of shotguns.
I
The
thought
point
there
is,
were only 3.
there are like 5 or 6. And then
Oh.
also there are LMGs.
Well, to be
And
fair
again,
though, like let's be honest, CS has been around for like however
it's been
almost
around for
6 years.
way longer.
Almost like
it's
6 years now. No.
I think they're
No.
celebrating like the 20th anniversary of CS overall.
Yeah.
Like
But that's
Counter-Strike, it's
including
overall.
like CS,
Like 1 point
the
like
original
the
CS
original mod,
1.6,
like the original mod
Source.
1.6.
Yeah, that's like including all of those. But still, that's
And
like 20 years of it, and we only
Like
have
more
2.
weapons would be absolutely huge. Like that'd be crazy. Like
All I'm
here's
saying
the
is,
thing,
from the moment I started playing this, I wanted a Negev. I still want a Negev.
you want a Negev.
I
Like
want
just
a
some
Negev.
kind of LMG.
Give me a Negev. I don't care if you call it the freaking poop splatter. I don't care. Give me a Negev.
And
You really
that's
want
the-
that LMG.
That's the beauty of
Yeah,
like CS:GO.
I want-
Way too loud.
Oh.
I want like 5 people with Negevs.
Like just like if you're joking around, like you know you're winning, just screw it, buy Negevs. Do what the pros do in the actual scene. Like if they're like 15-0ing somebody, they're like, you know what, screw it, let's just buy Negevs.
So, speaking of pro scenes, I want to talk about the Standoff 2 pro scene.
Can
Why
we
are
just like
scoped ARs banned?
yeah, no, why
So-
are any guns banned for that matter? Like let's be honest.
I mean,
There's
I mean-
ways to get around every single gun, but people are just too scared of them to try and actually get around them. Like
Who even made up the rule in the first place that everyone follows? Because like you know how
I
every
don't know.
tournament
I'd be
now
willing to bet it's tier
follows the
3s.
same exact rules. Yeah.
it's
I'd be
tier
willing to
it
bet
was the
it's-
tier
it's-
3s.
it's the players who don't know how to play against it.
It's the players who want to
Actually,
get
no.
better, but then see the good guns and they're like, nah, get them out of here.
No, I think it actually stems back to the fact that they used to be so accurate. Like when I first started playing, I played super.
Oh my gosh,
casually
the
with a couple
M16 was
friends.
crazy, dude.
AKR-12, only guns I used. AKR-12, M16, and a shotgun, basically the only guns I used because they were OP.
They were just too. They were just
freaking
very
lasers.
good.
I could run and gun them. And
Yeah,
then
you could
after,
do just about everything with them.
Yeah.
But then bro, Axable came in with the huge nerfs on those two guns,
Yeah.
like the
but
AKR-12 and the
people
M16.
still, I guess, the like scaredness of this like super overpowered laser weapon is still kind of lingering.
But here's the thing, like let's be honest, dude, the recoil and the accuracy that's possible is not very good. Like
Yeah,
it's
the recoil is insane, but I think the problem is it's kind of the same thing for every gun. Player who's good with it, they're going to be very good with it.
yeah, no, they're just going to be absolutely insane. But that's
Yeah,
the thing
it-
with like all those
like,
one-shot
Imagine
weapons.
Nilla,
Like,
JJ
Imagine
with an AKR-12.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it'd be
Instead.
crazy.
It's insane. The one taps are out of the world.
Exactly.
Trying.
Like, dude, it's honestly the same at this point with AKs, except well, it's almost like harder because there's not a scope. You know what I mean? But like, if you get good with if you know how to hit your headshots with an AKR, like it's just absolutely crazy. You can wipe teams in like a matter of seconds.
And
Because
I think that's kind of how the hitboxes is also helping kind of balance the AK at the same time. Because I don't know if
'Cause
you
it's
guys
like-
have had this happen before, but like 5 players line up, you have an AK, you're about to mow them all down, and then you start getting neck shots, which count as body shots.
Yeah.
bro, like you aim at their
Because, like-
head, like the first person you see their head, you just click it, and it's not even a headshot, so you can't spray down the next person.
Yeah, it's
It's on like there's a lot of things I can do with this game. Like it's got its pros and cons, but like let's be honest, like there's some things they do need to fix.
better potential than both Forward Assault and COPS, if I'm being totally honest.
Bro, can we just like what do we want? We want maps. Zone 9, we've mentioned it a few times. Boys, we want it back. Zone 9, it's like old Zone 9. let's like,
Oh,
how
no,
can they make it better? Like, what do you think they're gonna do with it? That's my question. What do you think they're
Probably
gonna do
change up
with
the
it?
way like the lanes were because
I-
obviously you know that
yeah,
like it was one of two
Yeah,
options.
bro, there
it
was
was so
no, it
heavily
was
TT
three.
sided.
It was no,
It,
it was three
It was
lanes. There
CT
was the
sided, I
bottom
think.
lane, the top lane, and then there was the middle lane.
Yeah, this
Like,
weird
dude,
middle where
it
everyone would
was
fight.
yeah, dude,
to the
like you
max because if
like
you
if
could
you
put
were T
someone like
side, if you were T side and you just decided to walk out like to try and peek the bottom side of CT, right? You just get your head blown off by somebody who was head peeking the railings up at the
yeah,
top middle.
yeah, it
Can I
was
talk about
mega
something real
CT
quick?
sided because you were able to basically like have a player
You
near
Oh,
you
B,
had entire map controls from like certain areas where you can go 5 seconds from spawn.
like
It was
A.
crazy.
If you put an AK near A, freaking just mow down people's heads.
Yeah, no, they
Or
can't get in. It's like everywhere was
which one is the one
blocked
with the
off.
giant hallway? I think that was actually B.
Yeah, no, it was B.
Okay.
The B is the one
Yeah,
with the really long hallway with the stairs at the end.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
With
that's
with
B. That's
B, it
B.
was insane because you had that little part where like that little divot where you could, I guess, hide. But for the most part, if you had like two players with AKs in A or B,
And then like they
it
just
was,
mowed down anyone who tried to get near them. That's the
it
thing.
was, it was stupid.
See, what I
can
think
I
they're
And
gonna
then
do is I think they're gonna like open up the CT side a lot more and also balance maybe the middle part out so that it's like it's not easier
hopefully,
for the CT to gain control so fast.
I think they're gonna do something
Nah,
similar to what
did
they
you
did
see
with
those
Profits.
clips as well from it? Because like they released like little snippets of the way the map
Yeah,
looked.
yeah, yeah. That was like that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the main lobby that was near CT. Like
yeah.
it was the top floor of A or whatever.
Yeah. Also,
I
It
one
think
thing I
it's
did want to talk about real quick is that I don't know if it's the official standoff the YouTube channel or not, but their YouTube banner has a new map leak. It looks like
oh
it kind
dang,
of looks like
really?
it. Yeah, it kind of looks like a dust map, like a dust from CS:GO.
Bro,
Kind of looks like that, really. It has like really like
I
sand.
don't know if y'all
imagine if
watch
they bring it
War
back.
Owl.
Like what if they made dust again? Like
Dude, I
you know,
don't know
like
if y'all
the
watch.
long dust?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if y'all watch War Owl at all, but like
Oh,
CS,
yes.
if a game has if a game has map building, there's a dust. There is
Yep.
dust too.
There is dust too. There's always dust too. Like it's gotta be there. It was there in the first place. Bro, is
It's
it
gonna
like
be there.
wouldn't you find it weird that they took both Zone 9 and Dust 2 short out of the map pool, but then they're making Zone 9 again, and then they put
Yeah.
the banner up there that's Dust 2? Wouldn't you
I mean,
think
like,
that they just took those two maps specifically out to rework them? It was
I
I
don't
mean, it
really
makes
know
sense,
if it's
right?
like
It's
dust.
not another like diffuse map. It's like it's not like we're gonna get two diffuse maps in one update. I mean, like I could be wrong, but whatever. It,
That'd be pretty
it's a
sick.
diffuse map and a TDM
Not
map.
gonna lie.
It's maps from both game modes that they could put back into the game. It's not like the same map that's gonna go
I
into the
want to see
same
a
game mode.
community workshop. I want to
Like
see a
I mean,
community
like,
a
workshop.
hammer map builder or whatever.
they already
Just a
like
map builder would be
basically
cool.
laid out what the new update's gonna look like with that one video that they released. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
we already know. Like, think about it. 7 developers working on an entire new mode. Come to think of it, like, how long do you think that would take
That's gonna
to
like there's a lot of things that they gotta put into that.
on the servers? Yeah, like switch everything. It takes a lot more than people think, and that's why people were so frustrated with why the update hasn't came out sooner. But
Because
like,
it's difficult to make. Like, yeah, there's only 7 developers, but I mean, like the stuff that they're working on is kind of crazy.
yeah,
It's
My Discord was lagging. I'm back.
oof. It's like it's quality stuff that they've got to work on. Like, if the people want good stuff, I mean, we should want more developers, right? But we have to learn to be happy with what we've got. These 7 developers are putting out amazing work, right? Like, this is a great game that they've got here. Like the stuff that they're working on, give
I
them
agree
credit for
wholeheartedly,
it.
but I need you to think about this for very quickly. Think about the amount of like Russian, EU, NA players,
Yeah,
and then think about all the skins they have. All of those skins cost gold.
all of them,
It's money.
obviously.
Every single one. How much money do you think they make?
Oh, they probably make so much money. Like
on a
people
daily
pay.
basis.
They
Bro, dude.
easily make like thousands of dollars a day.
You do realize that
Every
like
day.
just like the USP Genesis, which is what is it? It's like the least expensive nameless case skin. It's
The
still
nameless
over
collection.
$70. It is 70.
It's insane.
Hold on, what's a third of 35?
I know like at least
10,
2 or 3 months
12.
ago, this guy named Esoteric, he bought a golden karambit. $300 or something? $300?
Dude, those things are like super expensive. Hold on. Actually, I can check that right now. Dude,
It's
like the
insane.
amount of money these skins actually do cost is crazy, and how much people are buying them as well. Dude,
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, like as they add more skins as well, they're gonna start costing
the
more money and
okay,
more
the
and more.
lowest offer is 39,000. That is, hold on. 13 times 35.
Is
Hold on, you guys can
yeah,
just talk.
but
I'll
still, that's
calculate
like
this for a second.
that's really
That's way
expensive.
too much for a mobile player. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's
they are
literally
mobile
enough
for
to
a
buy like
reason.
another tablet.
Yeah.
It's like almost enough to buy another tablet.
Bro, that's more expensive than
But
the
yet people
iPad
are
I'm
willing
using
to
right
pay it.
now. Like, dude, it's more expensive than the iPad I'm using right now. And that's like, it's an
Damn.
iPad. It's crazy.
It's
Bruh.
insane. Literally buy a laptop with how much it costs.
$390 for the lowest golden karambit.
And you already
$390.
know that like you already know that freaking you know the people over at Easy Trader like rubbing their hands together like they like yeah,
We're gonna
boy,
buy all
give me
this.
that money. Yeah, go karambit boy, I need to sell
Bro,
it.
like all the
Man,
people that
that's
actually like,
excellent.
if you look at this, like when we actually, you know what? I'd like statistics on this stuff. I want people to get like onto this and math this stuff out. That would be fun to like, like that'd be fun
Oh, you already
information
know.
to have, like how much like people are spending on like certain skins. So dude, that would bring that would bring real world money economy into this game if you think about it. Right? Like,
It'd be
because if
insane.
people have the statistics, they can look at those statistics, and then the people who actually want to like invest in this stuff, they look at the skins that like are like doing the best or doing the worst, and then they start buying a bunch of those skins, right? And if the prices goes up or down, it's like the stock market. People like start putting money into
Yeah.
this, and the people that already have put
And
money
then
into it, like how much Axel has really made is just crazy, dude.
yeah, it's insane.
Bro.
So I think we've almost
Can we just like,
ran
bro,
through
can we
everything.
talk about like how much the ranked is gonna impact the game? Like how much more
Oh
it's gonna
yeah.
do?
Oh
Bro,
yeah.
I think, dude, I honestly think it's brilliant to put ranked and the spectator feature in the same update. That is just 900 IQ from the developers at Axevolt. Because here's the thing, if ranked came out alone, it'd just be like, yeah, no, people would like stream it, people would like make YouTube videos out of it, that'd be a thing. But then there's like they
My
put in the
question for
spectator
ranked is
feature.
how's the queuing gonna work?
Oh,
How's the what?
How's
that's
queuing with
simple. That's gonna be
how's
something
no,
they
but
can
like
figure
how's
out.
queuing gonna work with multiple different players as like different levels? So let's say I'm like an
Elo,
unranked player and
an
I'm playing with
Elo,
like an Elo player and a
who's
no
like
layered Elo player.
diamond or something, like
Like
the middle
how's that gonna
ranks.
work?
Where are we
How's
gonna
that
get
gonna work?
this?
How
Okay,
yeah,
do
where
either of
am I
you
gonna
guys
be
play
ranked?
Overwatch at all?
I used to.
Okay,
No.
okay. They have this thing called an SR system, like a skill rating system. They had the normal ranks, like they had bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, grandmaster, and top 500. That's for the top 500.
Yeah.
They had this thing called SR, and it's been implemented since season 2 because it was different in season 1. Whatever. That's something for later, if I guess. So basically, you'd do 10 placement games, and it would put you in a certain SR. And whatever SR that was, it would put you into the rank, which range was that SR, like that SR was in. So then you could continually play games. If you won a game, you'd gain a certain amount of SR based on, how you did. There's a lot of things that go into that. It's really complicated. But you could keep playing games to raise your elo and eventually get to the next rank. and it's simple, but it's complicated at the same time.
My question is, I wonder
Yeah.
if it's going to be more like the COPS way, like where if you're playing a mixed lobby with like ranked and diamonds and platinums, they throw you in with other lobbies of ranked diamonds and platinums, or is it going to be like how Rainbow Six does it, where if you're playing with like 3 diamonds, a platinum, and an unranked, you're going to be thrown into diamond queue.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my
So
question, I guess.
this how is ranked? It's like the queue. My
Yeah,
I mean,
question.
you guys saw the ranks, right?
Battle Royale, anyone?
The what?
Battle Royale.
Do it like
Do it like the
100
Sims
players
Battle
on
Royale.
Sandstone. Yeah.
100 players on Sandstone. That'd be so stupid.
100 players Sandstone game. Oh my gosh. Bro, they gotta
But they
do it
took
like
out all the walls.
they gotta do it like
It's province
CS
took
did
off all the
it.
walls.
Where we dropping, boys? We dropping double doors? Wait.
We dropping double.
And then boys were dropping squeaky.
Just like a
Where's
dropping-
wait, where would the hotspot be? Where'd the hotspot be? It'd be middle.
the
Middle's the
tilted
hotspot.
towers.
Midder house.
Midder, yeah.
Mid house tower and apartments. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
my
maybe
gosh,
more,
easy
yeah.
How do
hotspot.
you think Standoff stacks up with COD Mobile now? Because COD Mobile is released in Australia and some
Yeah,
other
it
places.
is.
Actually,
It's
no,
like-
it's the beta that's out in Australia, and they're actually canceling it like today.
What the fuck?
Oh
Why?
yikes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because
But-
COD is like a dead series. Sorry.
Well, it's gonna
Maybe
be a
mid-
nice boost for like. I know it's gonna be a nice boost for mobile because like, so far the only big games we have on mobile that are like really competitive is PUBG, those MOBAs.
And that's
With-
that's about it.
and
That's
maybe
that's
CS,
literally
they
about
only
it.
had like 1 or 2 lands. COPS has only had like
COPS as
1
well.
land.
Yeah.
COPS was big, but I don't think it's big enough.
Like it wasn't big enough in its prime. That's what it was. It didn't get where it wanted or needed to
Yeah.
be to get big.
They had 1 or 2 lands, and it's just now. I guess I wouldn't say it's
Like-
I wouldn't dead.
It's like it's dying, but it's still got a community. You know, like there's still people playing the game. It's
I
still
think
there.
the amount of money that they spent on the land was a little bit more than they expected was going to be needed, and they're still trying to like pay it off. So that's why they're kind of scared of having another one.
Because they don't know like what to do after the
They're gonna
since
be
like the
able to
first one
make
kind of
money.
failed. And see, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it didn't-
Standoff being the newest of these FPS, like these mobile FPS games, well, outside of Call of Duty Mobile or whatever,
And PUBG.
it can look at these other FPS games and gain experience from it. Like Critical Ops, like, you know, maybe failed its first LAN, and like it wasn't great. Standoff 2 can look at that, see what went wrong, and do it right. They have the tools and they have the resources and the tools to do right what all the other FPSs did wrong. That's where I think it could shine if the developers play their cards right. Like there's a lot of stuff that I think the developers could look at to implement into their game. Like not only the game that it actually came from, CS:GO, but instead like the like all the other games that tried to go off of CS:GO, like Forward Assault or Critical Ops or whatever. Maybe even PUBG if they wanted to.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
so
like,
apparently apparently people are talking in stream chat right now, which is interesting.
That's
Hmm.
nice.
So
how many people do we got, by
let's
the way?
I don't know.
have 6 people currently watching the stream. Think
Hog
about
champ.
it. Okay, so 69Killer96 says, think about it. COPS is an NA game. SO2 is a Russian game.
It's COPS. It does reach they do tend to reach certain player bases. Like if you look on some streaming sites and you look up Standoff 2, right, you're gonna get a bunch of Russian streams and maybe 1 or 2 NA or EU streams.
For
COPS
it's
on the
almost
other
the exact
hand,
opposite.
yeah, like you're gonna see a bunch of EU or NA streams, like maybe a few Russian streams. Like that it all like that's because that's where the developers are from, right? Like the developers
I
are
guess it makes
Russian.
sense because it's kind of like know your audience,
Yeah,
Standoff
Yeah.
2, they
like
know that most of their players are in EU, so they're funding more EU games.
yeah,
But
I feel
so
like
like,
they do a good job. I feel like they do a good enough job where like they reach out to the NA scene. Like they speak English to begin with. You
yeah,
know what I
no, they
mean?
can. Like
yeah,
they are at like they realize how actually big the scenes are in places around the world. Like NA and places where they aren't in EU, it's like they try to go to those places and like be a part of the community there because they know they have a player base there. So they're
yeah.
gonna try to like get stuff from those player bases.
So for me,
Um,
it's
Is there any
like
other
I
messages going
think
on?
as of now, currently, like the biggest scenes are EU, Asia, and then NA. NA is by far the
yeah,
bottom.
NA's probably like
No,
one of
South
like
America. South America is at the bottom.
oh yeah,
Well, no,
definitely.
actually,
Like
so South America had that one really big tournament,
I don't even remember that to be
like
honest.
but it was like super South American.
We dropping
Anyways,
double
not the
doors.
point. Not what we're talking. Anyways, it was a kind of big tournament. I forgot what it's called. It not
I
off
mean,
the top
like
of my
yeah,
head.
no, they do.
And,
There's
like
like it proves that they have a worldwide player base that they can reach. Like they made this game being only the few developers that they are. They have a player base that is everywhere. Like people all
yeah,
around the world know this game. So if they can make it, if they do it right and they put in things to the game that would make it blow up, like without it being in a certain place, then it would just blow up everywhere because there's already people who like so many people who know about the game in like many places around the world.
Yeah,
So they
and
like they
on
don't
the Standoff 2 server, they also have like staff that are from all regions as well, so that can be
yeah.
helpful to
yeah,
them as well. Because I
and
know
that's
See
like
and
at
really
like
least
nice.
one or two of the
because
devs they don't speak English.
yeah. Here's the thing, because
So
it's like if they have a worldwide player base, right? But they host like an NA LAN or an EU LAN, it's not going to reach places like EU or NA, whatever
America or Asia.
server there is. Like they're not gonna reach like if it's NA, it's not gonna reach Asia, EU, or maybe South America. I don't know.
Yeah,
If it's EU, it's not gonna reach NA or whatever. Like it's only gonna blow up in the area that they put it in. So if they update the game in ways that would make it blow up in like
a t-
everywhere, it will blow up everywhere. Like it's gonna be
you
all
guys
over
want
the
to hear?
place.
You guys want to hear a good joke?
Yes, I
Hmm.
want to hear a good joke.
Italian Standoff 2 scene.
Okay, non-existent.
It's not
Non-existent.
though. Like name
Like
one Italian team.
I don't know.
I could
Oh
I
wait,
could have one off the top of my head, but like
I wish I knew.
it's like Italian teams in freaking CS. They're non-existent.
yeah,
There's
no,
like
like
one or two
they
Italian players,
but
like for
they're
the
on
Non-existent.
most part, they're
teams
just
that
playing
aren't
with the
Italian.
Finns.
Exactly.
Let's be honest, they're playing with the Swedes or the Danish.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, and another thing, like I like you guys watch the the Score Esports. Have you ever heard of that? The
Occasionally,
Yeah.
channel? Okay, so they recently released a video on like Soka Bled in Russia and what it means in the for the game. They went on about it in the sense that Valve aren't really doing much to reach their Russian players. Like they don't have servers in Russia. They don't they don't really reach out to many servers or whatever. But
yeah,
the Russian servers are especially neglected, really.
yeah,
And
because the
that's
Russians have to pay on the Swedish server,
yeah.
and then the
And
Swedish
that's where I
servers
think
can be like thousands of miles away from them.
yeah, so they have like terrible ping and like internet. Like they don't do very well. Cause see, that's where I think Standoff 2 is gonna shine. Cause all the other places are easy to reach. Like NA, easy to reach. EU, easy. Places like that, easy to reach. But they have the one place that isn't maybe the easiest to reach. So if they have it there, they have like their sites. They have everything open to them. Like they can communicate with just about everybody, everywhere. That's why I think they have an advantage there, right?
Cool. So Killer, he's someone in our chat. He says, what do you guys think about the tournaments in NA? I see it's in
Tournaments,
NA now.
it's like, well,
For me
tournaments in
personally,
general.
tournaments in NA alone, they just aren't well coordinated. They're ran by the players, and that is a problem.
Yeah, see,
I
because
hate
it's
to
like,
say it,
well,
but that is
maybe it's
the
because it's so
biggest
far away, but
problem.
they can't get their stuff together. Because like,
For me personally, I helped run a EGT, the Epic Gamer Tournament, which is hosted
oh
by
my
Turles,
gosh,
who's a
dude,
very nice
they like
person.
so many
Shout out to
teams
him if he's
disbanded,
watching.
bro.
So many
So
teams
many
disbanded during it.
And that's why
like
was
it was
insane.
before it
did
even
as well.
started. Like they could barely get registration in. Like
We got through we barely got through the first round without having teams disbanded, and by the time the second round was supposed to start,
we just canceled it. They just
disbanded.
canceled it
Yeah,
completely.
we just had to cancel it because teams were disbanding.
They
And
they
I
just
have a
didn't care.
feeling,
And that's the thing. Like
and I think
that's where I think NA doesn't do well. It's like they have all these players that think they're so
that's
good, and then they
yeah,
don't work as
the
a team, so they end up switching themselves around. Like so,
yeah,
teams disband all the time. That's
it's
where
it. I think it all comes back to the fact that the tournaments are ran by the players, and it makes it unfair because okay, let's say I play for EXP, I want to
yeah.
run a tournament. So I run a tournament. I put in like
So you get a
$50,
tournament together.
and I have EXP, and I invite a couple teams. I have a couple teams join by themselves. Doesn't matter.
They
So
just
EXP is playing. I, as an admin, I want to play in the tournament because I want to get the experience. But I also have to run this tournament. This fact,
see.
well, okay.
I definitely see
Why don't
that.
we
It's
just
like the people that are running the tournament, it's harder for them to play and run the tournament at the same time. And if it's only like a few people, if it's not like some corporation that has like, they have all the tools they need to run stuff like this. Like they have streamers, they have people behind the scenes getting all the matches prepped and stuff like that. We
yeah?
don't have
So for
that.
like
We have to get everything done by ourselves. Like it's only us
so
players.
And that's where we need
inside
Easy Trade
information
as
here.
well.
Exact like oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, so a
Imagine
little
if
bit of
Easy
inside
Trade.
information here.
Frags, what did you say?
So two things. First of all, Easy Trade Pro League for NA. But I think they were having the same problem of just teams disbanding and just being too toxic.
Just not.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, no
The
toxicity.
toxicity has
Another
left. Some of the
huge issue. Like
I'll admit some of the toxicity has left. But for the most part, we're still pretty toxic as an NA scene. And then on
we've
top of that,
definitely fixed ourselves a lot, but there's still so much we can work on.
yeah, it's insane.
Almost tripped on a Nerf gun.
And I
So
feel
at
like
least for me personally, I want game
oh,
with
what?
more guns. I want to see by the end of 2019, I want a ranked, and I want some cool skins.
More
In the end.
developers as well. We need
And
more
maybe
That's
and
what
maybe
developers.
everyone
better,
wants.
more developers, and maybe a better NA scene.
Yeah, no. Well,
For the most
honestly,
part,
I
I
feel
just
like at this point, all we really need to do, like, if Axable does decide to start putting stuff into the NA scene, like if they start to decide to put resources into us, the NA scene as a whole, then all we really need to do is work on our mentality. Because I feel like our mentality is the biggest problem here. It's not even the fact that we don't have people to run tournaments for us. It's like our mentality that stops us from running these tournaments ourselves as well.
Yeah,
Like
it's
yeah,
the way
it's the
it's like
fact. It's not the fact that we don't have companies interested in running standoff 2 tournaments in NA. It's the fact that we end up driving them away. Be
because
with
of all the
whether it be
players that just
toxicity or
decide they want to be
tournaments,
toxic because they quote can.
it's the game.
and that's the stereotype that we got too, because like all the other places around that are outside of NA, they all look at us as like, hey, we're the toxic scene. Hey,
Yeah,
don't
no,
Yeah, like
go
look
to
at
them.
because
like let's
that's
look
what
at
we
it.
expose
Let's
ourselves as. Like that's what we put ourselves up as. Like we're mean to we seem mean to everybody. That's the thing.
Yeah.
so
We're not all mean,
you have
but we
DMK.
have
What'd you say, Frags?
I think we should look very quickly at like the EU scene for a second. best team in the world. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Formia Mediatari, best team in it. Best team ever.
Now, like,
They-
compare them to
What's
Polar
the greatest
Ace.
about them? They're not toxic. They're able to play at a high level, and they're not toxic about it.
They
Frickin'
don't like if they lose, they're like, good game, that was fun. We
Let's-
we did what we could.
let's
Let's
learn from it."
learn. Yeah, exactly. They don't look at it and see, darn it, we lost. They look at it and
Then-
see, okay, what can we do better to beat them next time?
And that's what makes them a
now
good
let's
team.
look at Polar Ace or Wise.
It's a fully
They
NA
have a lot
scene,
of
first off.
They have
Yeah,
good
they're
players,
the second best
right?
team in the world. But their players are toxic.
All like they're all over the place, just being
I've-
like,
Like if Martini or any of them are watching this stream,
It's
I'm
true.
sorry to say it, but I've
Bro,
never
can we
heard
have-
any
can we
good
just-
stories about you guys.
can we have like
I
some
have-
can we have some statistics on the amount of STFUs we've had in the chat by these guys? Like in chats all like in Discord servers everywhere, like how many STFUs we've had?
And just in standoff in general, like during scrimmages and stuff. It's
Yeah,
just,
no,
oh
they're
my
like they're
It's-
always in the chat just being mad. Generally being like, cuz see that's
Yeah,
like
So-
that's also
okay.
another thing. Like if we don't fix this and we negative emotions can spread. Like if you're like a happy team, you're just here to have fun, but then you go up against a team that gets mad all the time, you're like, that wasn't fun. I didn't like that. Like that was not a pleasant experience, like to be in the game
Yeah.
against these guys. If we have like
Unpleasant
if we have a better
Speaking-
scene as a whole, then it's like not only will other companies and stuff be interested in sponsoring us, like running events and stuff, but they're also gonna be like, hey, it's fun to run these tournaments. Like it's fun to get these players together and see what they can do when they play against each other. Like a good team against a good team. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna win? This is gonna be intense. That's what they want.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic
And I
of
feel
fun,
like I
it's
feel like also that like most of the players in the NA scene, they don't know how to blame themselves for the causes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's
Like,
like every
They'll
time
always-
like they
they'll constantly
some-
blame other people.
something goes wrong, they blame other people. They don't take the
They
blame
never
for
blame
themselves.
themselves.
Yeah, exactly. See,
so
that's where the
on-
that's where the EU scene is. Like they see it, they made a mistake. They don't blame other teams for doing something stupid. They blame themselves for doing something wrong, and they fix it. That's what they do.
So while we're on the topic of a fun scene and just having fun overall, I hate to say it, but we're running out of time. So
Yeah, I know. There's like under a
there's
minute
one-
left. That's a yikes. All right,
guys,
that
but
was
sadly
a fun talk. I'm not gonna lie.
is
Now, dude,
coming to an end.
You know what would? Oh wait, hold on.
Tune in for next Friday. Next Friday, we'll be doing the same thing. I don't know if it's going to be at 6 to 7 like we planned it this time, or if it's going to be or 7 to 8 or 8 to 9 or whatever. I don't know. Either way,
Friday,
it's been
be
fun
there.
having everyone here on the stream. I can't wait to see you guys later.
Bruh, my Discord was bugging, and now I finally get in, and you guys are already ending it, bruh. Oh my
King
god.
Icy. Alrighty, King Icy, you can say goodbye.
Bro, can we just
I
like